Hey, today I'm going to talk about genetic diversity and plant diversity and how I'm implementing that in my garden. I'm going to try to make this video my shortest ever. So I picked up some onion starters and from the old fort today after volunteering, and they are bulbous and pretty shallow root depths, and I researched that they do well next to carrots, beets, and lettuce. So my theory is that they don't go as far down as the carrots, and some onions probably go down a little bit further even than the lettuce, because I know lettuce is even more shallow rooted. But I placed some onions in between some of these carrots and arugula over here on this side. I researched that during my research it said don't put onions next to beans. And so I also put some onions over here on this side, and here's my lettuce and some more carrots and stuff over here where there is some green onions here. I've also heard that green onions are part of that one family that produces interesting compounds that may drive away some pests, and that may be one reason why you're not supposed to plant them next to beans, because maybe it has an effect on the rhizobia. Over here, you can see that I've done some plant diversity because I put flowers on the edges, and I also put over here some really fast English radishes, and here's some beets. So in theory, these ones will be ready in about a little less than a month, and then I will take them out, and it'll also allow more space for the beet to grow. I also have some kale and some beans over here, so hopefully those aren't too stressed out at the moment. I'm gonna have to cover them being so warm, but in theory I also have been planting a lot of flowers say that they're deer resistant, so that is one reason that I'm using the flowers throughout my garden to hopefully divert all different kinds of pests, not just insectual pests like maybe the onions will be able to do, but more so the bigger pests like the deer and things that roam around Durango with 4 legs. Over here I have some of the 3 sisters that I tried to plant. When I started these, the melons were way too, it was probably too cold for them. So, but I have some beans and some corn coming up. So hopefully those are gonna, reward each other eventually. This is a bush bean, but this lentil, I'm wondering if it will trellis up the corn when it gets a little bigger. And my saplings, I have some seedlings inside that are growing away that will take the place of that squash family to dampen out some of the theoretical weeds that would be prevailing later on. This is my first melon that I've tried to transplant out here to try to get an early start, but we will see if anything comes of that. But I also put some green onions over here to hopefully diverge some of that small pest and bacterial management. And that is how I really have been trying to plant all different kinds of things in relatively the same space. Some of my things are probably too close together at the moment, but I'm also not going to be here forever, sadly. So I probably will eat some of these before they're even to regular eating size. But yeah, I've tried to cultivate a lot of different plants hanging out together and growing together, and seeing what does better and what does not work as well. So that was my garden.